Hey guys, welcome back. So as we get settled into the last month of the year, December, I figured I'd take the time to look back in November and see how my portfolio did when it comes to dividends. That includes the companies that paid me, how much I made, how that compares to last month and the past few years, and what I could be projecting when it comes to dividends in the future. But of course, before we get started, make sure you leave a comment below on how you did for the month of November when it comes to dividends. Did you make more than what you made this time last year or last month? Did you have enough to buy yourself something to eat, or are you just doing some dividend reinvesting, which is, always a good thing? So for starters, let's go over all the dividend checks that I received for the month of November. First, I got paid $2.80 by Verizon, then $2.34 by Rhythm Capital, $1.62 by Apple, $7.75 by Delta Logistics, which was my largest check for the month of November, $3.90 from AbbVie, $2.34 from Realty Income, $1.17 from Procter & Gamble, $1.31 from Main Street Capital, 71 cents from Stag Industrial, 91 cents from Hormel, 92 cents from Costco, $1.51 from Energy Transfer, 91 cents from SPHD, 50 cents from Charles Schwab, 70 cents from Williams-Sonoma, $2.70 from Global X or QYLD, and $2.72 from Starbucks. And with those 17 checks, I made a grand total of $34.81 for the month of November. That's actually pretty cool on itself because that is the second highest dividend check that I've received this entire year. I think behind a check I received maybe in March. But aside from that, that puts my running total for this year at $296.49, which again is great because the first 11 months of this year has me at almost $40 more than the entire year of 2023. So that just shows what consistency and investing into the right stocks and dividend ETFs can do for you in the long term, despite, for me at least, only investing $30 a week this year, $25 a week last year. And of course, also my running average for the year is $26.95 per month. So not too bad. And of course, comparison is a thief of joy, but if you're making consistent progress, then it might actually be a good thing. So one thing I like to do is to compare my stats for this year to last year. So with that being said, my dividend check for 2024 for November was actually $8.62 more than November of last year. I made $62.90 more in the first 11 months of this year in comparison to the first 11 months of last year. And my average so far is $5.47 more than my average of all of 2023. So I project it to be around $5 more once this month ends. And again, I also want to get an idea of what the future beholds, and I find that as a really cool thing because it's a bit more of a motivational tactic as someone that doesn't invest as much to see what my numbers as far as passive income could look like within the next year, 5, 10, and 15 years. But I'm going to break this down a little bit different, so just follow me. So assuming the same periods of time, but I stop investing and only rely on the reinvestments from my dividends, within the next year, I would make $376 per year in passive income. In 5 years, I'd make $529 per year. In 10 years, I'd make $818 per year. And in 15 years, I'd make $1,294 per year in dividends. But of course, my goal is to continue to at least invest $30 a week. I actually want to go up to $50 by the end of this year, which I might, but we'll see. But again, the same scenario, except I'm actually investing $30 a week, it would look like this. A year from now would be the same at $376 a year, but 5 years from now would be $706 per year. 10 years, my portfolio would produce $1,349 per year, and in 15 years, $2,430 every single year in dividends, at least from 15 years from now. That's really cool to see, and again, I expect to be able to invest more in the future, and hopefully as I pay things off, I make more money, finances look better, I'm in a better position to invest even more every single week to where these statistics and amounts can exponentially increase in the long term. As for my dividend portfolio goals for the month of December, when it comes to dividends, my goal is to continue to focus on stocks that are more growth and have long-term positive dividend payouts rather than stocks with really high dividend yields. So with that, I'm looking at certain stats like the dividend CAGR, or the percentage that the dividend yield increase within a given period of time. You have the 3, the 5, and the 10-year period of time. So I want that to be fairly high, which might sacrifice the dividend yield, but it gives me comfort knowing that every single year I expect my dividend payout to increase even with the same stocks and ETFs that I would have. So again, I know that's going to impact my dividend yield for my entire portfolio in the years to come, but of course I'm still going to invest some money into certain positions like my QIOD and Verizon Wireless, those that I know are probably not going to make me a lot of money in the long term, but have history of paying a lot in dividends. The best way I can kind of compare the transition of my focus for the time being at this point in life is going from investing into a company like Verizon Wireless to going to investing in a company like Williams-Sonoma, which I actually do talk more about in this video when I list the different stocks and ETFs I'm actually thankful for as we approach Thanksgiving at that time, something I might try in the years to come. So make sure you check out that video if you have time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I appreciate you guys watching. And until next time, as always, take care.